Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 2. It's titled Whole Wife for a Whole Life. Where they come up with these stupid ass titles, I don't know. I'm showing cleavage today, sorry. If you don't want to see it, turn away, look away. Sorry. Okay, first up we have Stasa. I cannot say this chick's name for nothing. Stacia and Nate. We see Stasa. I cannot say her name. Okay, we see Stasa with her bridesmaids. They're not really bridesmaids because nobody have bridesmaids, but we're gonna call them bridesmaids and groomsmen. Okay, so we see Stasa with her bridesmaids. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, Stasa. With her bridesmaid, and she's excited. They're excited. Then we see Nate with his effed up hairstyle and his groommen. And his ears stick out like this. Let me see. His ears stick out like this. They look weird. They stick out like this. Like that. That's weird, isn't it? Just like that. See how mine's bounced back? This is like this. Ooh. Anyway, I wanted to say, no matter what I say, if I say some harsh stuff in this review, don't mind me. I'm just saying some harsh stuff. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's okay. It's just me talking. Anywho, yeah, his ears stick out. It looks funny. And he's got that messed up hairstyle. I can't stand it. Then we see Stacia getting her hair done. And her mother, is giving her advice. Then we see Nate, he's getting a shave. Too bad he's not getting that funky hair cut off. I want his braids to be cut off. They look ridiculous. I guess he's trying to start a new trend. I think he has 3 braids going back in the sides of his head shaved. It looks, and then his ears are sticking out. They look funny. It looks crazy. Oh, the stripper scene from last episode, I barely touched on it. But I watched 2 other YouTubers and they they were highly upset with that stripper scene. How he told her to get on her knees now, and then he had Cool Whip and he put it in his crotch and then he squirted the Cool Whip in her mouth like it was something else going in her mouth. I'm a prude, so I didn't touch on it for too much, but the YouTubers that I watched, they went in on Nate with that stripper scene. I didn't like Nate before the stripper scene, but now I know a lot of people are going to hate his guts. Then we see Stacia and her makeup and hair. They're done, but they're basic. I thought she would look better than that. I thought her hair and makeup would be more spectacular. She just looked like, she didn't look dressed, I don't know, she just didn't look good enough to me. I think her makeup should have been done better and the hair should have been done better. She didn't look fabulous like I thought she would. I think her mom's makeup looked a hell of a lot better than her makeup looked. So, both Nate and Stacia, I think that's it, Stacia. That's how I think I think she pronounces it. Okay, we're gonna say Stacia, if I can remember. I think both Nate and Stacia gave each other the same gifts. They gave each other cameras, and I think they were the only couples that gave each other gifts. Then she got her engagement ring from that James Allen website. I'm so sick of them mentioning that damn name. You can tell it's an ad because she mentioned the name. They must get paid extra for saying this name. I would never shop there. Never. Anyway, she put on her engagement ring, and it's nicer and bigger than Alexis. Then she starts to cry. Next, we see Nate greets his father, and Nate is not wearing socks, and his pants are high waters. I guess that's the style, but I don't like it. Looks ridiculous. So Nate goes to the altar, and Stasia's mother walks her down the aisle, but where's her stepfather? She said she was raised by her stepfather. She never mentioned him dying or anything. Maybe her stepfather and her mom got a divorce. I don't know. But when they were taking pictures, I think I saw her mom sitting next to some white guy. Maybe that's her stepfather. I don't know. When Nate see Stasia walk down the aisle, he nods his head and he's grinning from ear to ear. So I guess he likes what he sees. And her bouquet, I didn't like her bouquet. Her bouquet covered up the entire top half of her, so you couldn't see the prettiest part of her dress. I didn't like that. That bouquet was way too big. So they introduced themselves. When she got down to the aisle, Nate and um Stasia introduced themselves to each other, and then they exchanged compliments. And then the officiant read stuff about Nate. He's a freak in the sheets. He's adventurous. Blah, blah, blah. Don't really care. Then the officiant reads things about Stasia. She's independent. She has a college degree. She sleeps with her eyes open. Blah, blah, blah. Stasia reads her vows. Nate reads his vows. They said their I do's. They exchange rings. The officiant pronounced them husband and wife. Then they kiss. They press their lips together. No tongue. They just press their lips together. Then they walk back down the aisle hand in hand. Then Stasia and Nate, they sit down to chat, like they always do. And Nate tells the camera that Stasia is ideal. He says she is thin, she's tall, she's thin. I'm getting a message. Okay. He says she's tall, she's thin, she's beautiful, with lots of hair and nice teeth. Guess that's all it takes to turn him on. Then they both talk about what they do for a living, and they both said they work from home. She told him she liked a clean house. He told her she's nuts because she likes it to be overly cleaned. They laugh about it, but hey, if he's messy, all she gotta do is get a maid to clean up after him. And there's something fishy about Nate. Nate says I don't think he's making as much money as he's trying to portray that he makes. He says he sells software and he does day trading and he works from home. Now, those are two different things. I think Nate is trying to make us think that he makes more money than he actually does. That's what I think. I think there's something funny going on there with Nate. I'm very skeptical. Anyway, they take pictures. He tells her she has a small waist, and they kiss. Then they dance, and that's the end of Stasia and Nate. Next up, it's Justin and Alexis. They're already married. Justin and Alexis, they take their photos, and Justin has his hand on Alexis' big belly. Her belly is huge, and he has his hand on her belly. And I don't think she's comfortable with his hand on her belly. I don't think she is. I mean, nothing wrong with having a big belly. I have a big belly, but I'm 55 and I had twins. She's 37 or she's in her 30s and she don't have any kids. Come on, Alexis, get it together. Get that belly down, girl. And nobody gets mad at me and say I'm body shaming. I'm not body shaming. I have a big belly too, okay? But I'm not in my 30s. And I'm not about to get married. You think she'd get that, lose some weight so she can look really, really good for her wedding in her photos. But I didn't like that one picture when he had his hand on her belly. Her face didn't look happy. And I don't know, it just didn't look good to me. I didn't like it. Oh well. So they bumped chests. Why? Why would she do that? Before they were high-fiving and now they're bumping chests. They're in the friend zone to me. They're not a good couple. They're not man and wife couple. They're gonna be friends, these two. They're not going to be a couple. They're high-fiving and bumping chests. Who does that? What woman bumped chests with another man? Why would you do that? That's crazy. It's ridiculous and it's unromantic and it's stupid. These two are gonna be friends. They're not gonna be husband and wife. They dance, and she's wearing his jacket to cover up that big belly. And she tells him that her neck hurts from staring up at him, from looking up at him, because he's so tall. And they kiss, and then he tells her that he has not kissed or have sex in a year and a half. And her with her unclassified high-fiving, chest-bumping self yells across the room to her friends that he's celibate. I don't like Alexis. I do not like Alexis. I don't like Alexis. I really don't like Justin either. I don't like Nate. I don't like Mitch. Is it Mitch? Yeah, Mitch. Mm-mm. Next up, it's Lindy and Miguel. Lindy goes wedding dress shopping with three friends. The first dress she tries on is cute and it's nice. The second dress she tries on is also nice. The third dress she tries on is hideous. It looked like it could be drapes for somebody's windows. The fourth dress is nice. The fifth dress was nice, and that's the one she chose. Nothing looked spectacular on her. None of the dresses she tried on looked spectacular on her. Like she'd walk out and you'd be like, wow. No. I'm like, okay. They were just okay. They were nice. That's it. But Miguel, he goes shopping for a tux with three friends. And one of the guys, he has gray hair. He looks old enough to be Miguel's father. But anywho, Miguel knows, he knows how to do the floss dance. And he does it well. He does it better than I do. So Miguel's first tux that he tries on is a brandy and navy blue tux. And it's shiny. And it looks like a wedding singer. Something a wedding singer would wear or some announcer would wear on stage. Him and his friends, they love the tux, and that's the one he chose. It looked okay on him. And now it's time for Lindy and Miguel to get married. We see Miguel talking to his friends. They give him advice. Then we see him hugging his sister. Then he goes to the altar. We see Lindy. She's hanging out with some guy friend. They're talking about how she's feeling. Then she's getting her makeup done. And we find out that Lindy's father is not supporting this married at first sight endeavor. And he refuses to walk her down the aisle. She gets her engagement ring. She puts it on. And I think it's small, but it's bigger than Alexis. Everybody's ring is bigger than Alexis. Then some young guy walks her down the aisle. I'm not sure if that's her brother or not. I don't know who he is. And when she gets to Miguel, they hug. She looks taller than him. I'm not sure if she's wearing heels, but if she's not wearing heels, then they're about the same height. She's either taller than him or they're the exact same height. The officiant reads some things about Lindy. I want to call her Lindsay. Lindy. Then he called her doctor. When he called her doctor, Miguel's friends and family's mouth dropped open. Then when he said she was a physical therapist, they closed their mouth. The officiant, he looks frumpy. I don't know what was going on with his pants. He looked like maybe he need to pull up his pants. Then you could see his belly below his vest. He looked very frumpy. Anyway, he read some things about Miguel, and Lindy liked when he said Miguel was a doctor with a PhD in neuroscience. Then Lindy read her vows. It was short and sweet. Miguel read his vows, and Miguel's lips were chapped. They both said their I do's. Lindy, she jumped the gun and said her I do's before the officiant asked her the question. They exchanged rings, they kissed, and it was nice. It was nice. And these two, I think they may make it. They may just make it. The officiant pronounced them man and wife, and they walked back down the aisle hand in hand. So they go off to chat like all the couples do, and Lindy told the camera that Miguel is hot. And I don't disagree with her. He's not bad looking. And his body is fit too. His body looks like it's fit. Then he tells her about Dungeons and Dragons, and she doesn't seem to mind it. I mind it. I don't like none of that crap. She asks him what he does for a living or for work, and he says he's a narcotics dealer or a drug dealer. I don't know if you can say the word drug dealer on here, but I'm saying it anyway. He said he's a drug dealer, but then he says he sells pharmaceuticals. He said he was a scientist, but he didn't like being a scientist, So he writes medical. He's a medical writer. She tells him that she is a physical therapist, but she works here and there. Lindy, doesn't sound like you have a job, but it doesn't really matter if she has a job or not, really, does it? Yeah, she says she works here and there. And they seem happy with each other, and that's the end of Lindy and Miguel. Next up, Morgan and Ben. Morgan goes wedding dress shopping with her mother and a friend. The first dress she tries on looks like curtains. And the sheerness of the dress did not match the back of the dress. The back of the dress had some huge ribbons zigzagging at her back. It didn't match the sheerness of the dress in the front. The ribbons in the back was huge and ugly. The second dress is nicer. It's similar to Alexis's dress with the bustier top. And that's the one she chose. That's Morgan and Ben. Ben goes shopping with his two friends. The tux he chose is off-white with black trimmings. And it's a typical tux. But this is before he had told his friends, I think this is the tux he chose. But before that, he had told his friends that he want his wife to have the personality of his mom. I'm getting another message. Okay. He told his friends that he want his wife to have the personality of his mom. Mama's boy. I hope his mom, is a type that likes to box kick or kickbox and play video games, because that's what his wife to be likes to do. So the next scene, we see Dr. Pepper. She's FaceTiming with Morgan, and Dr. Pepper told Morgan that they had to postpone her wedding because her husband has COVID. Ben has COVID. Dr. Pepper told her that she will get a honeymoon, but it'll be a shorter honeymoon. Nurse Morgan is pissed at COVID. But she's also worried that her husband may be lying that he has COVID because he has cold feet. And if that's the case, then Morgan, it sucks to be you, girl. Because you're on TV picking out dresses and everything. And your husband to be may have cold feet. Sucks to be you. But you know what? I think it's a ploy for the entire show is doing a ploy to make it interesting, saying that he has COVID. He probably doesn't have COVID. And if that's the case, Dr. Pepper, shame on you for going along with this. Trying to get more ratings and going along with this scheme. Next up, it's Kristin and Mitch. Mitch is horrible. Mitch is the one that will cause a scene in the cafe if they don't fill up his cup. So Mitch meet up with his brother, sister-in-law, and a friend. They go shopping for a tux. He tries on a black tux. It's basic, but I think it looks good on him. I would like him to shave everything off of his face and the receding hair off of his head. Shave it all off. That's what I would like Mitch to do. Kristin goes wedding dress shopping with two friends. They talk to her about her father, because she plans on telling him telling him at the last minute that she's marrying a stranger. The first dress she tried on, I don't know. I just didn't like the first dress she tried on. I just did not like it. I don't know why I didn't like it. I just didn't. I like the second dress she tried on. Her boobs looked great in the dress, and it made her look like she had some hips. The third dress she tried on was a similar style. The design on the dress was really, really pretty. And that's the dress she chose. And out of all the brides, I think Kristin had the best dress. Now it's time for Kristin and Mitch to get married. We see Mitch with his groomsmen. And his head is taped up. The side of his head is taped up. It looked like he recently got stitches. I don't know what happened to Mitch. That's not a good look on your wedding day. But then he said it was a surfing accident. Maybe somebody beat the crap out of him. Maybe he was being rude to somebody and beat the crap out of him. Anyway, he said it was a surfing accident. So then a hairstylist come over to shape him up. And he does not like that she shaved off. He thinks she shaved his beard too low. I want her to shave the whole thing off. Everything off of his face and everything off of his head. But he's upset because she shaved his beard too low. I don't know why he thinks this poor lady can turn a beast into a prince. She can't turn you into a prince, Mitch. So relax. You're got receding hairline and your beard is hideous. So what do you want her to do with you? She shaved it down the best she could to make you look decent. So stop. It's your fault. You have a nasty attitude, so you just look like a nasty person on the inside and out. So after his little hissy fit, his groomsmen tried to tie his bow tie for him, and they couldn't do it. They probably was scared to do it because they were scared he was probably going to knock him out and say, you did it wrong. Because he was throwing a hissy fit about the beard. And that's what you get. That's what you get, Mitch, for being a moron. So then we see Kristin. She's with her bridesmaids. Yet again, they're talking about the father, not knowing that she's marrying a stranger. Next thing we see, her hair is done, her makeup's done. Her father comes in. And Kristin, she tells her father that she's marrying a stranger. And her father told her that she was insane. And she asked him if he'll walk her down the aisle. And he said, I don't know. And that was the end of it. This is the end of my review. I'll be back next week with another review. Princess on a Pillow here. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.